What is up, everybody? It is Wreaker, and welcome back to the Vanilla Survival World. And yeah, it's been a little bit. Still dealing with some sickness, if you can't tell from my voice. But we are back, and we've got some projects to do. First off, I did take a minute and update the map. I'll put up a picture of what the map used to look like. And then you can tell we've got quite a bit added on. And we've got quite a bit to add still. So, for as much as we've added, it's maybe a third, probably closer to a quarter of the island. But we're getting closer. Today we are going to be working on a few things. I have done a little bit of work, just resource grinding, and also finishing out this room, getting it ready to put something in. And then I also finished out over here. And went ahead, there's no door here, because I already have a machine. And this is a mud farm. So I think a couple episodes ago I mentioned something about working on a automatic mud / clay farm. And yeah, I realize it's really dark down here. I haven't added lighting in yet because I wanted to get the farm put in. But it's an automatic mud farm up there. And we're going to add some clay pads. And this way I can make 2 stacks of clay at the same time. There we go. Need to get under there. But I went ahead and did this one because it was a lot of going back and forth between screenshots, and it was a little hard to make a time lapse out of. But get these dripstones put in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that ain't where that was supposed to go. Okay. But I do have furnaces so it doesn't break the cube here. But yeah, when my voice gets feeling better, I may do a tutorial on how to build this. It is just a slight deviation from the standard design, so it's not too difficult to figure out. Okay. The only thing is, when I get to the end and get all this picked up, there is a lot. And yes, I could have like a TNT breaking thing, but I didn't really feel like implementing that right now. Didn't feel like I need it. Alright. That is a lot of mud. But I do have to come and hit that button to... Should have been that button. Alright, we get to debug redstone. Break that block. Okay, there we go. Now it pushed it over. So it's not 100% bug-free, but I don't think I'll be needing that much mud. It'll probably be more useful for the clay. But we will see. It is pretty effective, and it as you can see, I think it does like 8 stacks. I haven't actually calculated it out, but be my guess. Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. And I'll build this other one on camera as well. But yeah, been fighting a bit of a cold. Trying not to talk too much, which is great when you're trying to make a Minecraft Let's Play. But I'm trying my best. Lay down another stack. But along with the mud and clay farms upstairs, just to add a little bit of extra decoration, where's my scaffolding? I will also... Oh, there's a lag spike. I'm going to do essentially a grass seed farm, which doesn't sound like it's going to make a lot of sense, but it's more for me because when I'm making these big sections of grass, I often run out of grass blocks. Like, if you couldn't tell from all the torches up on the upper level, let me place these, and I'll show. But all the torches up here was because I had to use dirt and spread grass. Well, I want to try to essentially make it to where I just have some extra grass I can come and mine, replace it with dirt, and it'll turn back without me bothering it. Alright. Did I have... Yes. I'm gonna hope this is enough. Stair blocks. I just kind of want to hide the bottom row. I'll move scaffolding. And I'm going to need the stone brick ones. Alright. But that does finish out most of this. I'm probably going to light it up quite a bit more. In fact, that got very bright. I do have frog lights. I think I'm just going to put some... There we go. And the floor. Just brighten up there. And I'll put some in the corners. Oh, Wandering Trader has arrived. Nice. There we go. And we do still have space to put some stuff over here, I guess. We need a little bit more light. Yeah, it's these four. One to find the middle. Alright. That at least brightens it up down there. I'll probably switch out the torches and integrate the light when I add the seed beds. But yeah. So now we can actually have mud and clay, and then we'll have grass renewable. I would do mycelium, but we have all that, and most of my shovels have silk touch. And I have a ton in storage already, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah, I have enough of my ceiling to where I'm not going to save it. So, there is that. Alright. And I started terraforming, took out a bunch of the torches, and there we go. Those are the last ones, I think, to help grass grow. But now, in order to put in, like, growing beds, I do want to have a path that kind of cuts down the middle. Where's middle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Should be these two. Now the question is, because I've got that there. You know what? And I'll just regrow that grass. Think that'll look better, maybe. And where do I want to put these? And trying to think of where to put the path this way. I think those 2 blocks right there. And I know this may seem pointless. Like, there's plenty of grass. Why am I growing grass? Well, if I run out of grass blocks, I either have to wait and, like, build, like, this and wait for the grass to jump over and all that. Or I have to go fly to an island and silk touch a bunch. And if the terrain isn't extremely flat, then it just gets annoying. So, there's this. And this is just one of those things of, you will probably never see it on camera ever again. But it's going to exist, and it's going to make my life a whole lot easier. So, that's why I figured I'll show it here on camera. And I think that'll do it. As you can see, grass is growing. And we have that is full. But yeah, like I said, this you'll probably never see again on camera unless I'm like doing something with the mud farm. But it's more blocks that I can actually get my hands a hold of. Looks like all the clay is almost done. Let's check the top's almost done. So I'll cycle that through later. But I think the only thing left is to add some chests down there. But yeah, I think what I may do is record a little time lapse, just show the mud farm in action. Alright, I think we're done with this for today. I did go ahead and harvest both. When all the grass gets harvested, I get about 6 stacks of grass blocks, which is enough for about 1.5 of the plots. And if I go down here, get 2 stacks of clay, and then this is, I think, 8.5 stacks of mud. So, very, very useful. I may also add something else down to this section, kind of back in here. I might add a little die duplicator with the two block tall flowers, but I'm kind of waiting to see if I got a better spot for that. Over here, wrong stairway. We're going to start something today, but I don't really have the time to finish it out. So I'm going to put a sniffer pin in here, and it's going to take up most of these two plots, and then this plot will be for the flowers that we can get from the sniffer. And I just realized I grabbed the blocks I want to use, but I did not grab enough fences. And grab a couple gates. So, the reason I say we're going to start it but not finish it today is I don't have sniffers. And I haven't started the archaeology. And it might take me a while to do the archaeology. So, anyway, let me get the fence kind of in place first. Right there's where I want to put the entrance. More fences. And yes, this is kind of how I build, just kind of haphazard and scattered. I don't have enough of an attention span to build correctly, apparently. And I think these two are the middle. So I will put some gates there. There we go. And I don't want this to be all grass, so I gotta be careful where I step. Just kind of breaking up random patterns here. Alright. Fill some of these up with mud. Realizing I might need to go get more mud, but that's fine. We'll do that one. And we're going to add some moss in here to break up colors. The original plan, I was going to put a flower farm in this little section here, but one problem with that, besides the fact I'm out of moss, I'm going to go get more because I think I want to break up the ground a little bit more. One issue with putting a flower farm is I couldn't get flowers to spawn, so I got to double check, but I think dirt and there's my gravel. But I think that was good. The flower map that exists that kind of dictates where all the flowers do spawn in a Minecraft world. I think that let's see, break up a little bit more. Good job. This way I can collect all the grass. But I think the flower map just doesn't generate in Mushroom Islands. So I'll do a little checking on that. If it does, then it was just a bad spot, and I'll just have to find a spot that works. But we'll get some dirt in here to break it up. But I figured we could at least get stuff somewhat ready for moving a couple sniffers in here. Hopefully the next episode. And next episode will probably be a little bit explory because I haven't actually... Like, I'm multiple updates behind on the exploration, I believe. So, that's always fun. Let's move all these torches out. And I think it's only 2 flowers that the sniffer drops. But we might as well prepare for a 3rd, I guess. Let's see. And of course, like I said, you always forget blocks, especially when building on camera. Do those. Like that. And just to make it look a little bit better. Oh, and of course, I put up my fences. Okay. I'll come back and add some fences to make these lights actually make a little more sense. But there we go. I guess I do have a hoe on me. I knew you could turn coarse dirt back into dirt, but I didn't realize you had to click it twice to till. So you learned something new. But yeah, as I finish up this, I will say thank you for watching all the way to the end of this episode. No. And that's that finished. And now we have one more thing that I want to talk about as we end off the episode. Where is it? Alright, and there's one more thing that I want to talk about as we end off the episode. Just kind of an update on content creation and all that. And this is dependent on my health. I am still getting over another sickness. But this channel, I am going to try to keep it on a schedule of an upload at least every other week between the Minecraft series and then maybe some other Let's Plays. I am looking at starting up another channel probably around May at the earliest. Might be later. And it's going to be focused more on speedruns and scripted content, challenge videos, stuff like that. So this channel will be the Let's Play aspect of everything. The other channel will be centered around speedruns and challenge run content. I'm going to have the VOD channel, which was used for just stream VODs. It's going to shift to stream VODs and then unedited long form videos of, say, I do a challenge run offline. The bulk recording will be just put up there, and the only thing that's going to be taken out is maybe some pauses or whatnot. And then I am going to consider streaming again. I think my internet's getting good enough to where I should be able to start streaming soon. It will probably be once a week. It'll probably just be a let's play or something like that. And if there's more than one a week, it might be a co-working type stream. Essentially, I will be live to where I could chat, but it will be I will be working on other things in the process and just kind of chilling out and kind of a free chat. I am still running the clips channel. I have a backlog of clips I need to edit and upload. So I'm not staying on top of that very well. But I will probably continue to maintain that. And then I am considering around the end of the year starting a IRL channel, because I just want to learn everything. That's just how my brain is. And it will actually be IRL stuff, like learning how to do woodworking better, learning how to do the one I want to do is stained glass and leathercraft. So learning how to do those, as well as cooking. So it'll be essentially everything that's not under the realm of gaming. But yeah, so on top of, and that will probably be like a once a month video, or maybe 2 times a month video. But yeah. And on top of all this, I am trying to do a side job, or trying to figure out what side job I can take on to help pay for everything. So yeah, everything's doing real good right now. But besides the point, I hope you all have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next episode.